Good morning, CSL. Let's all stand up and do our opening song. Spirit is in this place. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Here we go. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place.
You heard me anyway. Good morning. Welcome to CSL Fort Lauderdale. My name is Todd Masnicki, your presider, and on behalf of the center, I want to welcome all of you here this Sunday morning, whether you're joining us here in person in the sanctuary or live streaming on YouTube, Facebook Live, or our website, cslftl.org. We feel your presence here as well. So please remember to also like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And we'd appreciate it if you'd share those posts with your friends and let them all know about this great community. We have some announcements. The Grow Men's Group, which meets on the second Tuesday of every month, will meet Tuesday, April 8th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in the Youth Center. And it's led by Carl Gustafson, one of our prayer practitioners. So, Carl, why don't you raise your hand or stand up? This is Carl, if you have any questions about that group, feel free to see Carl after service. Also, the Healing Heart Circle is our bereavement group that meets the second Thursday of every month. And it meets this Thursday on April 10th from 6:45 to 8:45, also in the Youth Center. And it's led by Wendy Wenberg, who is a grief counselor. So, Wendy, please stand up. Thank you both for leading those groups. The Full Moon Meditation is this Saturday, April 12th. Join the CSO community as we gather at this event that has been going on for 11 years. On Pompano Beach. Gather ahead of time to connect. Any questions? You can also see Carl Gustafson for that too. Building a Healing Consciousness is a 7-week class that's going to begin Monday, April 21st, and it goes from 6:30 to 9 p.m. JC is going to come up and share some thoughts on that class with us. JC.
Good morning, everybody. So last week, Antonio and Maylin sang the song, Heal the World, right? Make it a better place for you and for me and for the entire human race. You know how the rest of the song goes, right? And then Reverend Tina came up after the song and asked the question, how do we heal the world? And then she said, we do that by healing ourselves first, right? So that's what CSL is all about. That's what this class is all about, building a healing consciousness, which heals ourselves first, individually, and then that healing extends out to the collective, and we heal the world. So come and join us for this wonderful class. Todd already gave you the details. You can register online on our website or on the app or at guest services. And we do, there's no registration fee to join the class. However, unlike some of the last few classes that we've had, it's very important you have to register in advance because we have to send you the workbook which you'll need for class 1. So if you're thinking about taking the class, please register in advance so that we can send you all the details that you need to know about the class. All right, we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, JC. And also, our Easter egg extravaganza is only a few weeks away, so it's sure to be a great time for kids and adults alike. We'll have a bounce house, food truck, fun activities. The Easter Bunny, of course, will be here, and there'll be an Easter egg hunt. And those are interested in helping out can come by CSL this week during office hours and stuff Easter eggs and create Easter baskets for the kids if you'd like. So thank you in advance for your support. And I encourage you to invite your friends, families, neighbors, anyone you know with kids to come to the extravaganza. It's an opportunity just to share with them where you come on Sundays and to introduce them to this beautiful community for such a fun event. It's one of our highlights. I'd say, other than Halloween, it's probably our most popular holiday here. Dr. John's eager to come up here and make an announcement. I looked over, he's on the edge of his seat, so I won't say what give you any hints, I'll let him share.
Such mystery. Hello, everyone. Those of you who were here last week, do you recall we did an opinion poll? We surveyed everybody and asked them about 2 different things. The first one was about having tables and chairs in our lobby. The results of that were that 79% of you thought it was a good idea having tables and chairs in the lobby, and 21% thought otherwise. So it seems it would be appropriate for us to keep a couple of tables with chairs out in the lobby. So that will be happening. The other thing that we asked about was our refreshment time. And it was either to leave it the way it is with refreshments before and after, or do the refreshments after, with having coffee and other liquids available beforehand. Again, 79% said they were good with holding off on food until afterwards. So we will begin next week serving our food after the celebration of the service. And that was the result. Thank you very much.
Sounds like we're all practicing intermittent fasting by wanting to eat after service. So that's what I do. For more details on this and everything that's going on at the center, you can go to guest services after the service, go to our app, or go to our website, cslftl.org. Here at CSL, we have a mission statement or an intention statement that says who we are and how we want to be present in the world. So I invite you all, please join me in standing. We'll say it together, and afterward you can greet your neighbor with a hello or a namaste and enjoy the service. So CSL Fort Lauderdale, let's say it together. We are a loving and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
wonderful it is to connect, yes? Welcome, everybody. As we settle back into our seats, I invite you to close your eyes. As we begin with an opening prayer, how grateful and thankful I am just to be present. Be present here now in this space, this place, this energy, this frequency, this vibration, this community itself. A representation of this one life, this unique, magnificent, magical, mystical, beautiful expression that is all that there is. That is the divine intelligence, the creative impulse that has created all things. And to know that creation point of existence is right where we are. And that within each of us is this power, this presence, this love, this beauty. And in knowing this about and for ourselves, individually and collectively, I just know that the unfoldment of this service is just blessed. It is a blessing to be here, to stand in this truth, to come together, to connect heart to heart, mind to mind, soul to soul, to see the truth, to feel the truth, to experience the truth, and allowing that truth to set us free. This is what is happening on this day, in this moment, and always. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning once again, CSL family. Please welcome our guest vocalist today, Jessie Smith. Our wonderful Miss Maylene has not been feeling well the last couple of days, so let's send her some love and light. I know she's probably watching, so we wish her health and get well soon.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here. If in the dark we lose sight of love, hold my hand and have no fear. 'Cause I will be here. I will be here when you feel like being quiet, when you need to speak your mind. I will listen, and I will be here when the laughter turns to crying, through the win and losing and trying, we'll be together. 'Cause I will be here.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the future is unclear, I will be here. As soon as seasons are made for change, our lifetimes are made for years. 'Cause I will be here. I will be here. You can cry on my shoulder when the mirror tells us we're older.
I will hold you and I will be here to watch you grow in beauty. Tell you all the things you are to me. I will be here. I will be true to the promises I have made to you and to the one who gave you to me. I will be here. And just as sure as seasons are made for change, our lifetimes are made for years. So I will be here. We'll be together. And I will be here.
So here at the Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale, which is a member community of Centers for Spiritual Living, a global organization with member communities across North and South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia. We are a spiritual community that respects and honors all faiths that seek to create a better world. We know that there is no wrong way to acknowledge divine presence, whether by lighting a candle, chanting a mantra, or offering a prayer. We respect and honor all paths that call us to a greater awareness of spirit. This morning, we celebrate the diversity and religious practices with our ceremony known as the Flames of Faith. The candle is lit for the Tao, to honor the disciplined path of heavenly order, the natural way. The next candle is lit for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and spiritual practices of all indigenous people. The next candle is lit for Hinduism, to honor the spiritual path of divine self-awareness, balance, and harmony. The next candle is lit for Judaism, to honor the path of devotion to one God. The candle is lit for Buddhism, to honor the Four Noble Truths and the way of compassion. The next candle is lit for Christianity, to honor the Christ consciousness alive within all of us. The next candle is lit for Islam, to honor the path of peaceful submission to the will of God. The next candle is lit for the Baha'i faith, to honor the spiritual unity of humankind. The next candle is lit for our own faith, New Thought, Ageless Wisdom, to honor the metaphysical path and the practice of universal spiritual principles. And the final candle is lit for peace and for our sacred appreciation of all faiths and all principled spiritual practices throughout the world. And so it is.
Good morning, beautiful people. I'm Carl Gustafson. I'm one of your practitioners here. At CSL Fort Lauderdale, we are guided by 7 core values: If you'd like to repeat them with me, please do. They are love, healing, oneness, abundance, spiritual growth, service, and diversity. Each week we choose to highlight one to keep its meaning fresh in our mind. This week, our core value is service. In Sanskrit, the word seva, S-E-V-A, means selfless service. I'm often given many ideas of things I could do to help myself, to help the world, but they seem so small. In that judgment, I often don't do them. The path of manifestation involves many steps. Each one contributes a vital and valuable part to the whole. And they're selfless because each one, we don't see the full results of what we do. We don't see how what we do changes the world, affects history. I'm one of those people who picks up trash. Could be a gum wrapper. I used to say, doesn't everybody see it? And I now realize not everybody does see it. But I see it. It's mine to do. It's like the gum wrappers are like ideas, those small ideas. I'm being given a unique opportunity to contribute to the continuing flow of manifestation. Eleanor Roosevelt said it's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Each one of those selfless acts is an opportunity for me to contribute, an opportunity for selfless service. I see it, it's mine to do. Or not. I can choose not to do it. And if I do that, manifestation will take a different path. But many of the times when I say I can't, what I really mean is I won't. It's not that I can't do it, I just choose not to, for whatever reason. We each are given many opportunities throughout our lives, throughout our day, for selfless service, small things we can do to contribute to the ongoing process. I now try and do more of those things, to light my candle, to do my part. What are things that you see that other people don't see? What are opportunities for you to light your candle? It doesn't have to be something big to change the world. As I join in the divine flow, I freely and joyfully give, and everything I give is returned to me multiplied abundantly. But that's not the point of seva. That's the law of reciprocity. I get what I give. So when those things come up, what do you see that other people don't see? What do you sense that other people don't sense? What is your candle to light? Our spiritual value, our core value this week is service. Seva, selfless service. And so it is.
It's a family of men we've got on this planet. There isn't one life we can take for granted. Everybody has a mark to leave, a difference to make. Our backs may be against the wall, but our spirits will not break. Is it someone you know? Only a stranger. If we stop to ask, then we're all in danger. Takes guts to rise each morning, look this thing right in the eye. The solution starts with love and a dream that will not die. We're all in this together, there isn't any doubt. We're all in this together, there's no one we can do without. And we'll never give in till we knock this thing out. Every star will shine forever. We're all in this together. Don't you ever lose hope. It's our silver lining. As long as we don't give up, we can reach the horizon. Here's to everyone who's brave enough to keep fighting for their life. Here's to everyone that's working hard to shine a little light. We're all in this together. There isn't any doubt. We're all in this together. There's no one we can do without. And we'll never give in till we knock this thing out. Every star will shine forever. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. There isn't any doubt. We're all in this together. There's no one we can do without. And we'll never give in till we knock this thing out. Every star will shine forever. We're all in this together. We're all in this together.
Thank you, Antonio. We are all in this together. Well, good morning again. Hello, hello. Wow, I always forget how bright it is up here. Okay, I'm adjusting. So today, my talk title is Beloved Community. And if you were here last week, the talk title was Hold the Vision. And I was asking and talking about holding our own personal vision, right? That we have a goal in which we're looking to attain in our life. And as we hold the vision, hold it in all of our senses, not just with our sights, but with all of the feelings, all of the senses that we have in our body to really experience the end result the way is made. And then I talked about my personal vision for this community. And so that's why I'm here at this talk title of Beloved Community. And my desire to build the beloved community here in this space. This space that's been here since the 1960s. This space and place that's been a staple in this southern community, Southern Florida community for a very long time. So beloved is dearly loved, right? Community, we all think we know what that means, right? So it's a group of people in the same place, having the same common characteristics, or the feeling of fellowship with others. This is community, right? Where we have some sort of shared values, common attitudes, interests, and goals. The first community I remember being involved in was my family. We got together, had a pretty small family, but, you know, we definitely got together on holidays. So having this familiar community to engage with, to come into contact with, to be with other people of different ages. I am a first-generation American, so I am part of an immigrant community, first community. And so to hear those beautiful stories of what chose my relatives to come here for a better life. That was the first community I definitely remember being a part of. And as we got older and everyone started to go their own separate ways in their lives, they grew up, they had families of their own. This family community that I knew, it split up. I mean, we're still connected, but it's not the same as it once was. And that hurts my heart every now and again when I think of those past wonderful holiday experiences. So community is about an experience of belonging. And when we belong, we're related to or a part of something, right? And even in the word belonging, there's a sense of ownership, right? If we talk about this belongs to me, I have ownership over it. And to belong to a community, it's the act of creation and co-ownership in the community. And when we feel like we belong and that we're a part of something, then we want to nurture it and build it. So the importance of community is just a few things that I already touched upon. It fosters a sense of belonging. It provides support and offers opportunities for social interaction. What truly makes a community is the meaningful relationships. How we connect. We're meant to connect. We are social beings. So meaningful relationships, a shared purpose. We're all in this together. We're here living this life, having this life experience. Our purpose is to enjoy this life experience. And so we have this shared purpose of being in joy and then awakening to then what is our responsibility of having this life experience that Carl wonderfully touched upon in his core value of service? How can we serve? And mutual care. That we care about the individuals in our community. That we take care of each other. In the current times in which we live, there can be, if we look out into our world, a widespread absence of true belonging. That we're actually living in an age of isolation. Does anyone feel like that? We're more connected than we ever have been, right? With these wonderful gadgets at our fingertips, with social media where we think we can connect with everyone. But there's something that's missing in that connection. That we're meant to be in community with each other. Having the conversations and the connections. You know, right now we live in a culture that loves to talk about our individuality and our independence. And I love that too, right? I do. And when I was a lot younger, I loved it even more. I didn't want to be part of a community. I wanted to stand out, right? I didn't want to fit in. But as I've gotten older, I realize that expression of individuality is still available. But I want to be, instead of independent, interdependent. To work with individuals. To come together for a shared idea, a shared vision, something that fills and feeds my soul. The other experience of community that I had when I was in my 20s, we moved to Spain for a year, and I noticed that in that country, they lived so much different than we lived in our country. That all of the community was on the streets. All of the community went to the plaza. And it was all ages. Everybody was welcome. Everybody was celebrated. Everybody was included. Everyone was part of this beautiful fabric of life. And I'm so grateful that I had that experience. Because it makes me think when I came back to the U.S., gosh, that's the world I want to see here. Instead of all this idea of, if you're this age, you go here. If you're of this monetary expression in a community, you're with these people, right? We have so many ways in which we divide. When really, if we come together, there's such an opportunity for a deeper understanding and a deeper sense of support and a deeper opportunity for communication. That to me is the exciting part. There's this documentary that I watched many years ago. It's called Happy. And it talks about in Happy, this documentary, this area in Denmark. Well, Denmark's considered one of the happiest places on earth anyway. But in Denmark, they had this ways of bringing the community together. And so they have these co-housing areas, right? So it's either one large building where a bunch of different families live, right? And what would we call that here in America? An apartment complex, right? Yeah, well, we don't really necessarily work together in our apartment complexes. Maybe you all do. That's the high vision that I hold. I've lived in some apartment complexes, and my neighbors, I would wave at them every day, and they made pretend like they never saw me or knew me, even though I knew exactly who they were, right? So this idea was all ages, all families coming together, living together. And then what that meant was that there was an opportunity for there to be less work, right? So it highlighted a single mom, a newly divorced mom with 2 young kids that had to work a full-time job. And if she's working a full-time job, then she has to come home and work the next full-time job, right? Taking care of the kids, cooking and cleaning and all that things. Well, when she joined this community, she only has to cook twice a month. And all of these individuals in the community care for each other. They show up and they support and they all do these activities. This is just a great awareness that there's another way to do this thing and that there's a longing in all of us to connect and to be a part of something. So I guess you can say that what we're living in this day of an absence of a feeling of true belonging is that there's this fragmentation, there's a disconnect, there's the pieces of us, right? There's the division that's being experienced in, we can say, the community at large. And that the transformation moves from this sense of isolation and only self-interest to creating communities with connectedness and caring for the whole. And that the ways in which we can transform and this shift occurs is that we move from what is the problem in community to what is the possibility. Does that reign true for anybody? Does anyone find themselves in their families, in this community, in the world at large, looking at what is the problem here? But do we know and realize that when we view the world from what the problem is, that that's a closed, myopic view, that we're not open and receptive to what we get to do about it, right? What's ours to do, like Carl just talked about. It could be something so small. Problem versus the possibility that's available, right? When something's not working, it's really easy to get caught in, again, the problem, what's wrong, pointing out what someone else isn't doing, instead of looking at, well, how am I showing up? What am I called to do? What is the possibility here? That there's a problem, which means there's an opportunity for expansion in my own personal life and in this world at large. So this term, beloved community, it's been around for a long time. You might have heard Martin Luther King use it during the civil rights movement, and many, many activists use this. There's a quote that I'm not ready for, but I can get to that. Without community, we won't go very far. And without harmonious community, we won't be able to realize our dreams. so we're meant to live in harmony, harmony with each other. If you think of the body temple, this is a community unto itself, right? Billions and trillions of cells working in harmony so that we can wake up, so we have the strength, so we heal this physical expression of our bodies. We're meant to be in harmony. Where we're unbalanced, where there's disharmony, there's dis-ease. So that's just a minor little reflection of what this opportunity is to live in harmony and to show that this is a natural state of being. So the beloved community was first spoke of by Josiah Royce. And he was a philosopher, and he was a Harvard professor. And Dr. Martin Luther King studied philosophy, so he came across these teachings, and he was very moved by the philosophical ideas of this gentleman who was interested in ethical commitment, social inquiry, and community service. Josiah Royce said that this beloved community is ideal and universal, and that individuals are united by shared dedication to truth, loyalty to that truth, and goodwill, that we want to do good in this world. And he goes on to say that his life means nothing, either theoretically or practically, unless I'm a member of community. And to me, that was such, at first I read that and I was like, I don't know if I believe that. But then I understand there's this shared purpose. There's this opportunity to commune with other people, that there's this longing for us to be in groups. So then, of course, we have Martin Luther King, who talked about the beloved community. And this is a society based on justice, equality, love, and that all people are treated with dignity. And that there's a way that we can resolve our conflicts peacefully. And so how do we create this beloved community? It's the inner work. That we refine our minds and our hearts, and we let go. We do the work to let go of bias, of judgment, of blame, of holding false ideas about another individual. And then as we do that work of letting go, what shines through is our natural state of being: compassion, kindness, love. We offer to ourselves, first and foremost, unconditional love, forgiveness, kindness, and compassion. We integrate all those spaces in the beings of our own self, that we welcome all the aspects of our own self that maybe we don't even like about ourselves. But if I'm walking around in this world not liking a part of myself, and I'm a disjointed, disconnected being walking in this world, am I surprised that I bump into individuals having that same experience? That the leaders and politicians are operating from that experience, not from oneness, not from wholeness, but from division, from fragmented parts of beings walking in this world. It's about healing ourselves. Once again, back to ourselves. Before we can ever be that space of creating this wonderful healing that's available to all of us here on this planet. Another individual who spoke of the beloved community, Thich Nhat Hanh. Have you heard of Thich Nhat Hanh? Yeah. The Vietnamese Buddhist monk and peace activist. He was friends with Dr. Martin Luther King. He actually first conversed with Dr. Martin Luther King through a letter that he wrote to him. He was so inspired by this beloved community idea and nonviolence and peace that Dr. Martin Luther King spoke about, that he wrote him a letter explaining that the Vietnamese monks who ended up lighting themselves on fire was nonviolent action. True sense of surrender, a stand for peace in the midst of war. and trying to get their voice heard at a time where there was, not in their country, newspapers or radios letting out the truth of what was happening in those countries. Martin Luther King nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize. He called Thich Nhat Hanh an apostle of peace and nonviolence. They met twice, once in Chicago and once in Geneva, and they spoke and were inspired by each other and continued to speak of this idea of creating this beloved community. And when Martin Luther King was assassinated, Thich Nhat Hanh struggled greatly. He said, "I'm afraid that the root of violence is so deep in the hearts and the mind and the manner of this society." In that moment of deep despair, he realized that they killed Martin Luther King and that they killed his hope on that same day. But this man did not give up. He continued and was inspired to continue this idea of the beloved community. In his mind, the beloved community, Thich Nhat Hanh said, is the true Sangha. Sangha is a Buddhist term about community. It usually is about just the monks and the nuns who practice these codes of conduct of Buddhist teachings, but it also now includes the lay people who practice Buddhism. And so he spent his life until he passed in 2022 creating a beloved community. Individuals who came together, who did the work, the inner work to heal themselves so that they could be the example and that they could express what it means to be this loving, kind, and compassionate and peaceful being in the midst of whatever is happening on this world and in this planet. When I first got into ministry, one of our ministerial classes, and I think even in our practitioner class, Reverend Michael came in and a question was asked to him of, why did you decide to build a community? It's probably really easy, a lot less work. You could just write books. You could just go out there and give talks. And he said, yeah, that's the easy way to do it. The community is a space and place that we get to practice. The practice is coming into contact with individuals that are on this path as well, that they're looking to heal the fragmented parts of their own self, and that we come into contact with these human personalities that express anger and resentment, jealousy and judgment, opinions and biases. And our practice is, what do I know to be true? How do I hold this space of awareness? Regardless of the other person and their experience that they're trying to give to me in this moment. That's what the importance of community is. I know I spoke about it last week, but this is a place where we get to have the hard conversations. We get to develop understanding of different groups, different religions, different experiences in life that then elicit different actions out of different individuals. And can we be compassionate and caring and understanding enough in our own beings to be curious as to why another individual does what they do? A quote by Thich Nhat Hanh kind of explains to me, very in alignment with our teachings here. So he says, as peace flowers in your heart, it also flowers in the universe. And as the beloved community is built, is repaired, and manifested in our hearts and our consciousness, so it is for all beings. It's a direct teaching on oneness. It's a direct teaching on what it is we are to do in this world. What is the call to action on our hearts? How can we serve ourselves and others? How can we serve this vision of this individual community and the world community of the human race and all living sentient beings everywhere? That as we do it within our own being, it has an effect. It ripples out into the world. The change happens. It may seem slow. It may seem like the long way, the long road. But I believe, as many others have taught as well, that once we hit a critical mass of individuals knowing this truth and practicing this truth in their everyday life, that there'll be a quick and radical transformation. So I decided to present this idea of beloved community to you because as we look at this evolution of this idea, and I love that it didn't just start with MLK because it's just a representation to all of us, that an idea continues to grow and expand. And the idea was dropped into another individual. And then as we take it on, as we study it in our own lives, we find the way in which it works for us and we use it in our own world. And that's the very basis of these New Thought teachings. They've come from other traditions. They've come through other individuals who've done the work. And we stand on the shoulders of these giants. And now we're here to create the next iteration of what these teachings are in this world at this time, to make them relevant, to make them accessible, because we know that they are powerful. So the evolution of this inspiring idea, at the core, it's about all of us, right? It's about all of us. And it's about relationships and their depth. And it means that we all matter and that we are all beloved. And so it is. So this is our time of reflection. I ask you once again to close the eyes, to open the inner eye to that inner community and universe that is within.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. In and through me. Is me. In and through me. As we. God is all around me.
I invite you to raise your hands to your hearts, keeping your eyes closed. Feeling that wonderful rhythmic beats, the consistency and the constant. pulsing of this beautiful organ that pushes all that we need throughout the body. And as you are in this heart space, this heart center, I ask you to ask to yourself the question, what does this beloved community look like to you? And what is your role in it? This beloved community begins and ends in our own heart, in our own minds, in our own personal spheres of existence, and the larger spheres of contact and connection. We are the change we want to see in the world, and we have everything within to do that.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. Every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. And I'm thankful. And so it is. And I'm thankful. And so it is. God is all around me.
So it is.
Are you ready for the time of your life? Time to stand up and fight. It's alright, alright, alright. Hand in hand, we'll take a caravan to the motherland. Alright, alright, alright. One by one, we're gonna stand with the pride. One that can't be denied. Stand up, stand up, stand up. From the highest mountain and valley low, we'll join together with hearts of gold. Now the children of the world can see there's a better place for us to be. the place where mankind was born, so neglected and torn apart. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Yeah, yeah. I'm your brother. Don't you know? I'm your brother. Yeah, yeah. I'm your brother. Don't you know? We'll be living in a world of peace, in a day where everyone is free. We'll bring the young and the old. Won't you let love flow from your heart? Everybody, every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Yeah, yeah. I'm your brother. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm your brother. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm your brother. Don't you know? Now the children of the world can see there's a better place for us to be. The place where mankind was born, so neglected and torn apart. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Join the caravan of love. I'm joining. All right. This is our time to welcome any new time guests, any first time guests, anyone that wants to let us know that it's your first time. We have a hey, mic coming at you so we can all hear you.
I'm Victor.
Victor, you live in the area? Wonderful.
I just moved here
Yeah, all right. From where?
from Boca.
From Boca. All right, you're closer. Welcome to the area. We're so grateful that you're here. Thank you for joining us today. Anyone else here for the first time? Someone in the back right there?
I'm here from Arizona.
From Arizona. Welcome from Arizona. What is your name?
Rena.
Rena, nice. Welcome. We have a gift for you. It is his first time.
My name is Lucas. This is my first time.
Welcome, Lucas. Thank you, Lucas, for being here. The energy and the love of the children, calling in all ages, right? Seeing this growth and expansion happening. So thank you, everyone, for being here. So we're moving from our first-time guest welcoming to the time to give. So this is our time where we ask that you share with us, give to us from the deepest part of your heart as we've joined the love caravan, as we give from this space of love, as we seed this beloved community, as we seed the vision of its growth and expansion, as we continue to keep these doors open for all those individuals who are seeking this truth, and as I said last week, possibly even just seeking a lifeline, that we are here to be this presence of love and inclusivity, of compassion and kindness and peace here on this planet. So you'll see some of the slides coming up for the TPL members. These are individuals that give to us on a monthly basis, and that we get to do all of our budgeting through their giving, and we're grateful for your continued giving to us and to this community. Anyone who's interested in joining the TPL community, please go to guest services or ask myself, Melissa, Dr. John, any practitioner, what it means to give on a continuous basis and how wonderful it is as a spiritual practice to give from the space and place of overflow, allowing more to flow into our lives.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go, gotta let it all go. This is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. All right, guys, come on, let's stop. I release, come on, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you, Eric. So how wonderful it is to receive and to know that we are always receiving, that this life force energy, this love, this knowingness that we are the beloveds of this one power, one life, one presence, this source and supply of it all, and that we are open and receptive to receive this abundance as it flows through each of us, and that we seed and give from this space, and we receive from this space of love and knowing our oneness with this presence. I am grateful, I am thankful, and so it is. So inviting all of our practitioners and ministers to come up onto stage. These individuals are here for you. So if you have not ever received a prayer from a practitioner, I invite you to do so today. To allow them to hold that vision for you, to speak the truth for it in your very life, and to know that the power and the presence of the consciousness of this oneness, awareness of this oneness, creates magical, mystical, and wonderful moments and experiences that you get to come back and let us know what's come forth from this magnificent prayer that you received. They're here to support you in truth always. Lean in as I do. And I pray us out.
So know this with me, that the presence and the power of the one is right here. It's always been here. It will always be here. It is the essence of who and what we are. And in this moment, having reflected on this idea of beloved community, we see that that is who we are. We are a beloved community, that we look into one another's eyes and we see God, that we open up to that possibility. And from here, we go back out into the world, finding God everywhere we go, in the eyes of strangers, in the eyes of our pets, and in every other essence of life. That presence, that divine presence, is all that's there. So we will awaken to this knowing of that presence, and we live from it in all that we think, all that we say, and all that we do. And life gets better, because that's the way it works. God is all there is, right here, right now, and forever. We let that be so, and so it is.
Please join us in standing for our final song, This Is My Wish.
This is my wish for the world, that peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Whoa, 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 oh, 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 whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Peace on earth. Whoa, 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 oh, 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 whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Peace on earth. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Happy Sunday. See you next week. Bye.